Hey sis, I'm so glad you're here. Do you realize that you don't just enter a room, you shift it? See, you don't just show up, you transform the atmosphere. Not because of your resume, not because of your title, but because of your light. Matthew 5:14 says, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." But here's the thing. Some of you have been hiding. You've been dimming your light to make others comfortable. You've been shrinking to fit into rooms God anointed you to influence. Today, that stops. This message is for the woman who knows she's been called to lead, but forgot she was also called to carry the presence of God with her everywhere she goes. You don't just bring a gift, you bring a shift. I'll never forget the moment I realized the power of light in leadership. Years ago, I was called into a leadership meeting in a kind of high pressure corporate setting. The energy in the room was tense. People were posturing, guarded, cold, and I felt that all too familiar nudge from the Holy Spirit. Bring peace into this room, not politics. So I took a deep breath. I didn't perform. Instead, I asked the table a simple question. How are your people really doing? You could see the shift. Walls came down, hearts softened, and immediately the meeting transformed. Not because I was the smartest in the room or had the most authority, but I brought the light and I let it shine. See, light doesn't yell, it doesn't compete. It shows up and darkness dims. So let me remind you of who you are. You are the light of the world, not a flicker, not a backup bulb, a city on a light meant to be seen. And here's what that means for you as a faith-filled leader. One, your presence carries power. Every time you enter a room, virtual or physical, you carry more than strategy. You carry the Spirit of God. That's why people pause when you speak. That's why peace follows you. That's why things feel different when you lead. So don't apologize for it. Own it. You're not intimidating. They're just not used to someone who leads with power and peace. Second, you are positioned for visibility, not vanity. You see, God didn't put you on the hill to be admired. He put you there to be a guide. Your light shows others what's possible when leadership and humility collide, when confidence and compassion walk hand in hand, when purpose is powered by presence. So stop hiding, stop waiting, stop editing who you are. You were never called to blend in. You were built to illuminate. And three, you don't just reflect light, you reveal truth. See, light doesn't just comfort, it confronts. As a Christian woman leader, your presence will expose dysfunction, call out injustice, and disrupt silence. But don't shrink because it makes people uncomfortable. You need to shine anyway. Because when God puts a woman in position, it's not just for visibility, it's for victory. So sis, I want you to do something bold this week. Walk into every space, your job, your family, your platform, and declare out aloud, I am the light of the world. I shift atmospheres. Speak it over yourself until your spirit believes it. Write it on a sticky note. Text it to your accountability partner. Say it in the mirror until you walk differently. And in the comments below, drop this. I don't shrink, I shine. And if that's you, if you're ready to lead unhidden, unapologetically, and fully lit by God's glory, I want you to declare it today. Because you, sis, yes, you, are the light of the world. Stop waiting for permission to lead. Stop looking for validation to speak. God already appointed you. God already anointed you. So now walk in it. You shift atmospheres. You bring peace to chaos. You light up dark spaces with truth and grace. So shine, woman of God, not for applause, but for alignment, not for glory, but for God. You are rooted and you are rising, and your light cannot be hidden any longer. And sis, I'm so glad you're here.